Now everybody knows who Sophie Cunningham is. Everybody wants a piece of Sophie Cunningham. Her jersey is the number one selling jersey in the WNBA. Sold out.
I don't guess you could buy the entire WNBA.
One t-shirt, one post, one player. That's all it took to turn the WNBA upside down. Sophie Cunningham just sold nearly $800,000 worth of shirts in 24 hours, breaking merchandise records and sending the league and Angel Reese into absolute chaos. But what if I told you this wasn't just about a shirt, it was about power, rebellion, and control inside the WNBA?
We know somebody that has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer.
It all started with a foul no one called. Sophie Cunningham took a hit to the head, nothing. Then another grab, still nothing. But when the refs stayed silent, Sophie didn't. She posted a TikTok roasting officials as slow, useless, and blind. Within minutes, it hit 1.3 million views. The WNBA fined her $5,000. But Sophie? She laughed. And that laugh would change everything.
As you can see after the game, Caitlin Clark and Sophie are both running up to the referee here. They are both so upset, and the referee is just walking away from them. He won't even look at them in the face. He keeps turning. Like, Sophie even went up at one point and is like tapping on his arm. He would not even look at them. You guys, I have watched so much basketball in my lifetime, so much NBA, so much professional basketball. It's comical at times when you see the players after the games talking to the refs, because a lot of them end up knowing each other at a certain point because they've reffed their game so many times. The fact that this referee wouldn't even acknowledge the player.
The next game night, Sophie walked in wearing a simple shirt that said, "Hot girls eat Arby's." The internet exploded. Arby's official account crowned her an unapologetic queen. Within hours, the shirt was sold out in every state, over 800,000 units, totaling millions in revenue. None of it for the WNBA. Fans called it the rebellion shirt. Sophie had turned a fine into a fortune. League officials weren't laughing. They tried to silence Sophie, but instead, they made her a legend. Her TikTok following skyrocketed from 300,000 to 1.7 million in days. Her jersey became the best-selling in the league, even surpassing Caitlin Clark's, the most famous player in women's basketball. Fans didn't just buy the shirt, they bought the message. Speak up. Be bold. Be real.
Because her jersey surpassed the all-time woman, Caitlin Clark. The most popular woman ever in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, got her jersey surpassed by Sophie Cunningham. Why? Because Sophie Cunningham stood up for Caitlin Clark. She did all of these Instagrams. She did all of this stuff. And next thing you know, it all didn't matter. It didn't matter. I mean, I'm looking at her Instagram now.
But not everyone was celebrating. Angel Reese, never one to stay silent, reposted Sophie's Arby's moment with a fire emoji and the caption, "They scared of real ones." That cryptic post fueled rumors of tension between the two stars. Insiders say Reese felt overlooked, that Sophie's sudden rise came at the cost of her own spotlight.
This arrangement into the Chicago Sky game. Of course, the Indiana Fever, I would like to say, beat the brakes off the Sky, but really it felt like they underachieved a good bit yesterday with so many Sky members being out of the lineup. But nonetheless, she came walking in to the arena yesterday wearing that. There she is right there. Let's just bring this up over at Tater Report. There she is right there. Hot girls eat Arby's. I can only imagine, and I have no idea. I would assume this is some kind of sponsorship.
Ironically, Sophie's popularity boost didn't come from rivalry. It came from loyalty. During a heated Indiana Fever game, Sophie was dubbed Caitlin Clark's enforcer. Fans loved it. She stood up for Caitlin when the refs wouldn't. What started as a foul no one called became a viral turning point that united fans of both players and exposed cracks in league officiating.
Hey, at the end of the day, this is an entertainment business. I know a lot of people pay a lot of money to come and watch us play, and so we want them to have fun. And at the end of the day, I work my tail off in the off season, and now this is my fun. I want to go out there, I want to smile, I want to laugh, I want to get the crowd involved, and that's just who I am. I'm an energy player, and at the end of the day, I'm going to do what other team needs. But when you get this building popping, it's really hard to play here.
National television every game. That helps your brand. You come to play with the Fever because you're playing with Caitlin Clark. You become friends with one of the most powerful, popular athletes in America. But then there's always that moment. And for Sophie Cunningham, that moment occurred the other day with a takedown, a grab.
Then came the offers. Jeannie Buss, owner of the Lakers, reportedly offered Sophie a role in WOW, Women of Wrestling, calling her the enforcer the WNBA needed. Arby's itself offered her a $2 million national campaign deal. What started as rebellion turned into one of the most profitable personal branding moves in women's sports history.
And so it's just trying to make everyone match and make sure we're all just having good vibes, right? The seasons has a bunch of highs and lows. And so just trying to keep a level head on everyone. But I also think that we get to play basketball for a living, and that's super fun. So sometimes you just need a good perspective of like, hey, we're in the grind right now and it feels hard. But at the end of the day, we get to dribble a ball for a living. So we got to be.
The WNBA wasn't amused. Sources say the league is considering banning branded clothing altogether, their attempt to regain control over player messaging. But fans are calling it tone-deaf. Instead of fixing officiating or improving PR, they're tightening control. Sophie's actions forced the WNBA to face an uncomfortable truth. Players, not executives, are driving the league's future. Sophie finally addressed the chaos. In her own words, "At the end of the day, I work my tail off. I just want to have fun and get the crowd involved. That's who I am." Authentic, unfiltered, exactly what the fans wanted. This wasn't just a viral moment, it was a message. Sophie proved that authenticity beats control, that speaking up beats staying quiet, and that no fine can silence a player when the people are behind her. The WNBA didn't create a villain, they created a hero who plays by her own rules. So, what happens next? Will the WNBA embrace this new wave of player-driven branding, or try to shut it down? One thing's certain, the Arby's girl just changed sports marketing forever. What do you think? Is Sophie Cunningham the WNBA's new face of rebellion, or a threat to the league's control? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next deep dive, how Caitlin Clark nearly left the WNBA over league politics. The WNBA has just been turned upside down, and it's all because of one t-shirt. Sophie Cunningham's viral "Hot Girls Eat Arby's" shirt has exploded across social media, selling out in every state and generating a staggering $800,000 in sales within just 24 hours. What started as a cheeky joke has now become a cultural moment that the league couldn't have predicted. After getting fined $5,000 for calling out bad officiating, Sophie turned her punishment into profit, walking into her next game wearing the now iconic Arby's tee. Within hours, fans flooded TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, calling her the face of WNBA rebellion. Even major brands and celebrities jumped in, with Arby's publicly calling Sophie an unapologetic queen. But while Sophie's merch empire was taking off, Angel Reese wasn't amused. The Chicago Sky star reacted online, hinting that she wasn't happy watching another player dominate the spotlight she once owned. Insiders say the tension between Reese and Cunningham could reshape how the WNBA handles its players' branding power. With viral fame, multi-million-dollar offers, and fans declaring Sophie the league's new fan favorite, the question now is, did Sophie Cunningham just break the WNBA's entire marketing model? At its core, this isn't just about a t-shirt, it's about a power shift. Sophie Cunningham's rise represents a rebellion against scripted media personas and overly controlled player images. Fans don't just want to watch basketball anymore, they want to connect with real people. And Sophie, without any PR team or orchestrated marketing plan, just proved that being genuine beats being glamorous every single time. So as Sophie cashes in on viral fame and Angel Reese quietly watches the internet crown a new queen of relatability, one thing is clear. This Arby's t-shirt didn't just sell out, it sold a revolution.